Pacha! What's up, everybody? Thank you for joining me. My name is Bill. This is Microsoft Flight Simulator. We're on PilotEdge, and we're going to fly this beautiful Citation CJ4, which is, fight me, the best plane in Microsoft Flight Simulator. It's free. It's gorgeous. The only real flaw or downside to it is that the interior is very plasticky looking. It's modeled beautifully, but yeah, if this was a little bit more lived in, oh, it would be perfect. It's so good. It is so freaking good. I love flying this, and it feels like it's been a long time. Let's get our takeoff flaps going. So we have our flight plan ready to go. Have the FMS all set up here. Mr. Proline 21 is ready to go. And I believe, despite having not flown this for a while, that we are, in fact, ready to go.
There is nobody at the airport right now.
So,
alright.
Let's move on out. JohnnyGround.com 204, Clay Lacey, taxi.
Com 204, show my ground runway 20 right, taxi via Bravo Lima.
Bravo Lima 20 right, .com 204. I almost said Cherokee. Almost. The scotch that I have tonight is Julia. What's the name of that scotch? It's like Rabbit Hole. Does that sound right? Scott, if you're still here, confirm Rabbit Hole. It's almost gone. It's so good that it's almost gone. Yeah, rabbit hole. Yep. Really, really good. Really smooth. Yeah. Yum. Oh my god. Johnny Walker Black is absolutely one of the best daily drivers, for sure. Absolutely. I cracked open some of my my Johnny Blue the other day, and oh, that's really good too. But yeah, Johnny Walker Black is great. The best value in all of Scotchdom is the Kirkland Scotch for cocktails. It's a little bit, it's close on the rocks. Probably can't do it neat. Oh. Sparkle Donkey Tequila. I have not.
Approaching
no, I'm
runway
not
20 right.
Huge tequila. Yeah, not huge in tequila. Not that I don't like it. I actually do like it a lot, but Julia doesn't really drink it, so therefore I don't a whole lot. Monitor Tower 268. Monitor Tower 268. .com 204. .com 204. Johnny Tower. You up? Yep, we're up. JohnnyTower.com 204, holding short 20 right at Lima.
.com 204, John Wayne Tower, my 20 right, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff 20 right, .com 204. Cool. All right, so we have, here's the flow. It's very easy. Lights, heats, ignitions are automatic in this, so we don't have to worry about that. And let it do what it do, baby. Here we go.
Approaching runway 20
Look at that
right.
thing. She rolling, she rolling.
Look at that thing.
Entered runway 20 right.
Her rotation speed is fine.
Okay, we're gonna do a nice little static. It is the first time I was in like a private jet. My God, it was it's pretty static takeoff, of course. And it has like that, it's not like car acceleration, but once you're like spooled up, then it's just like, okay, this is different. God, I really need to work on my rudder pedal sensitivity. That's pretty bad. V1 popping up. CJ4 without a doubt. CJ4. It's coming off. Climb power is set. Looks good. I bet that big old prop. Oh, like, oh my God, so good. Okay, gears up, flaps are up. Climb speed set. Hello. See, the lights never want to come off.
Takeoff 204, contact SoCal departure.
SoCal departure.com 204. See? It's gonna be the same guy. Doesn't really have the same punch. SoCal departure.com 204, 3,500, climbing 5,000.
Takeoff 204, SoCal departure at a contact, climb via acidic, set maintain 14,000.
Climb via acidic, set maintain 14,000.com 204. Okay. So we are on our way on the beautiful Hero.
To the northwest with information back.
Anything we got to do? That's pretty much it. Climb power is set. Yeah.
792 Victor Whiskey.
Oh, you know what? I blew the configuration.
Right downwind, runway 30, report midfield to Victor Whiskey.
.com 204, contact departure 127.4.
27.4.com 204. My SIC screwed up getting this plane configured. I blame him. SoCalApproach.com 204, 7,400, climbing 14,000.
.com 204, SoCal departure, climb maintain 16,000.
Climb maintain 16,000.com 204. 16,000. So we just keep getting the step ups. Let's get this on FMS text if this will work. Check this. Nope. FMS text. There we go. Okay, great.
.com 204, contact LA Center 128.6.
28.6.com 204.
Emirates Tower, Scott for 20.
Yeah, I mean it's good, but this is just like way better, and it's just an easier plane to fly, I think, too. I've been instructed a lot more in this plane than the Longitude, but yeah, this is just solid. It works. That's the best part, is that it just kind of does the core of what it needs to do as a plane. LACenter.com 204 12,000, climbing 16,000.
.com 204, LA Center, hello, climb maintain flight level 230.
Flight level 230.com 204. Okay, I feel like this is coming back. We haven't done this in a long time, and so far so good.
444 Foxtrot Golf, see ya.
Later. Scott, have a great night, man. Now the lights went off. Scott, thank you as always for lending your expertise. Yeah, I mean the landing in the simulator to me is just kind of like a nice to have. Like if you can, you know, if you can land it nicely for the fun of it, then that's great. I don't really worry too much about how the plane lands necessarily. If it's frustrating, like the tailwheel planes, you know, I'll probably stay away from them. But this plane is nice. If you've got the speeds dialed in, it can be really nice.
Com 204, contact LA Center 133.2.
.com 204. Yeah, it is definitely like more direct. Slideshows don't help either. X-Plane too, like X-Plane has a little bit of that kind of natural sponginess feel built in, which is nice, you know, helps.
4 Juliet Radar service terminated.
Climbing through transition altitude.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
LA Center, good evening.com 204, flight level 180, climbing flight level 230.
Correction.com 204, LA Center, climb maintain flight level 360.
Flight level 360.com 204. And there we go. Okay. Now we just have to wait for that thing to level off so I don't inevitably hit the overspeed. It probably will happen. But as long as I know it's gonna happen, it won't be fine. It won't be so shameful. It'll only be marginally shameful. And as long as we're only marginally shamed, that's good enough for me. Could be worse. So cool looking. These clouds are a little bit wonky looking, a little cotton bally, but it's pretty good. Have you tried the Sim Update 8's beta? They added new prop physics and it seems to feel a whole lot better to me. I have not. No, I am not brave enough to do the beta. No. I mean, because I stream, I want it to just work. So I don't really mess with that. But it's great if it's an improvement, then that is so cool. There's Catalina, beautiful Catalina down there. We can't see it because that is covered in clouds. That sucks. It must be reporting. Let's see. It's doing its API calls right now. It's bouncing all over the place. Quarter-mile fog. Vertical visibility, 100 feet. So, not going to Catalina? Yuck. 5. Bird. Nice and calm though.
November 2 Victor Whiskey, Roger, unable to store you the Cat 4. The last instruction was enter right down, report midfield, and you never got a landing clearance. Taxi via Alpha, remain this frequency.
Oh, did he land without getting a landing clearance? -7, hello. That'll wake you up.
Or 213 Charlie Bravo, SoCal approach clear to San Diego Airport is filed, maintain 5000, departure frequency 127.4, squawk 1664, hold for release.
Look at how freaking cool this plane looks. Thank you to Plug Twice.
3 Charlie Bravo, read back
And
correct. Advise on your number 1 for departure. Change to advisory frequency.
I don't even
first.
know, something fly. Thank you for joining the Discord. Welcome. Welcome to the Discord. I freaking love it. And hopefully you enjoy your time there as well. So I'm going to be, oh man, it's what are the winds up here? 60 knot crosswind? Yeah, I'm looking at 4-flight. This is what I'm seeing on 4-flight. Homeboy is crabbing. It's like you have a 60 knot direct crosswind. There you go. There it is. That's pretty funny. Oh, Trek, you blew it, man. That's all good, dude. No, you know what? That is a very PilotEdge-ism thing. I mean, you got to know, like, when you're given an instruction like that, if you're not able to comply or remember it or whatever, like, I mean, that's one thing. But very rarely will you really need to report midfield. But yeah, definitely don't worry about that one. That's a pretty common one. C Mercenary, thank you for joining the stream. Thank you for the follow. Welcome. Welcome to the stream. Do we have like a hello sound effect? Nope. No, it's all good, man. Don't worry about it, Trek.
Hello, fellow Skyhawk.
Yeah. Do not worry about it at all. Do you have one more? Well, yeah, dude. It's like pretty late. Just like hit it up, man. Yeah, do it again. Report midfield. That's pretty funny, Cat Jeff. That may very well be the case. There's Riddle. Yeah, dude, do it again. Absolutely do it again. Don't worry about it at all. Do not worry about it at all. Rack them up. Do it again. So you need to hear, like, here's your, oh yeah, because you called in like a little late, right? Like you said, hey, I forgot midfield, I'm turning left base. That's really, really, really splitting hairs. Now, you did not comply with that ATC instruction. And the CAT ratings are, you know, like they're just a little bit more strict on that. You did the right thing and continued and asked, oh, I had intentions on passing Lashina. Yeah, so you had had the right idea to, like, if you forgot midfield, like, continue your normal pattern and then check in.
For the I-4 plan, Santa Monica, Sierra, Mike, Oscar.
So, yeah. Oh, that wasn't you. Oh, okay, got it. Why, did you land without a clearance? When I did my solo cross country, I picked up flight following from him, and he never said read back correct, so I just thought he didn't get the transmission. He got pissed at me for asking if he heard me. Yeah, that sounds like, yeah. Is Santa Maria a
215 Juliet Bravo,
contract tower by any chance?
5277.
Sounds like it. Sounds like it.
For 918 Victor Tango, Torrance Tower, 29 right, clear for takeoff on course. The 215 Juliet Bravo, ready to contact 15 miles southeast of Ontario, the Ontario altimeter 2995.
Alright, so our good is kind of where we're going to start our descent. We have a little bit of time before we need to hit up Oakland. I actually just got one, but I haven't used it yet. Off to bed, have to finish polishing the Mooney. So there's a little...
right turn, contact ground. Right turn, contact the ground.
There you go. Marshall, have a great night, man. I hope you and Hannah have a good day tomorrow. Hopefully you guys you get to see her tomorrow. So yeah, I'm sure you'll talk to her before. Probably wish her good luck from all of us, and yeah, good luck polishing that thing. It'll be fun. All right, man. Have a good night.
Negative, Ghost Rider. The pattern is full.
The pattern is full. I have the... Oh, she's driving over to me after the things. Awesome. Yeah, so I've got the Thrustmaster that I just got. You can kind of see it over there. But I also have the Cytec thing, which is very tricky to use, honestly. But it works well enough. I'm definitely not in it for the realistic feel. I remember flying in the early morning here in Delaware. I called up Dover Approach, asked for flight following, got my squawk code, then Approach got bored and started talking to me about my flight. That's awesome. We don't get a whole lot of that in these parts, but it does happen. That's pretty funny. So, how's it going? Fine. Fine. Yeah, Trek. Let her rip, man. Are the winds getting worse?
215 Juliet Bravo, contact Ontario Tower 120.6.
Yeah. 890 knot quartering headwind. Hello. Gene Retro, thank you for following. Welcome. Yeah, that's not great. 400 knots over
Juliet
ground.
Bravo, release for departure, clearance void. If not,
Flight following is
if
for
you're not off in 5
VFR
minutes, advise
traffic.
us for
It's
continued
basically
attention within 10 minutes. Change to advisory
you're in
for
constant
approach.
communication with ATC, and they give you traffic advisory, traffic call-outs. You get kind of help with airspace. It's like, I don't even know what you would. Sea Mercenary, what's your level of experience or knowledge about aviation and
215 Juliet Bravo, turn on our left base, runway 26 left, clear to land.
airplanes? Because that description could have helped you or could have made it way worse. Yeah, it is really gusty. I've got 10 hours real flight time on my flight training so far. Okay. Well, I will say this. Number one, Sea Mercenary. Join go to this link. Okay. That will be one of the best resources for you as you go through training and as you learn stuff. It's invaluable. We've got a bunch of CFIs in there. It's really, really, really helpful. There is, well, depending on where you fly, it is, if you can get it, I'll qualify it with in this way. If you can get flight following, there is absolutely no reason not to have flight following, not to be on flight following. Basically, it's ATC identifying you and talking to you throughout your flight. That's as basic as I can probably say. Like, they have you on their radar, they know it's you, they will let you know where, if there's traffic in the area, and you can, go about your flight. So it's just like having a watchful eye over you on your flight. There are a couple of situations where it's not possible to get flight following. If you're in an area, I was on flight following. They told me to climb to 3,500 because 2 F-22s were taking off next to me in Dover. Yeah, that's really funny. So it's like getting nannied by ATC. They absolutely love that request. They would rather be talking to you than not talking to you. So you're doing them a favor by doing yourself a favor. 100%. It is, if you can get it, there is no reason not to be on it. And there's a couple of situations where it might not be possible. One, if they're just too busy. If there's too many planes, if it's too crazy, you can't get a word in. If, like, some sectors you just not going to be able to get. They'll deny it. It rarely happens, really, even in the busiest areas, because when it's busy, the last thing they want to do is not have random VFR traffic flying around. The other situation where it's not going to be possible is if there's not radar coverage in a certain area or below a certain altitude. So if you're in an area where you're out in the middle of southern Illinois and they don't have radar coverage below 3,000 feet, then you're not going to be able to get flight following because they can't see you.
For 3 Charlie Bravo, no ident observed. Could you try again?
Yeah, I mean, Oshkosh is a unique thing. Awesome. Sea Mercenary, great. Ask as many questions as you can, man. Ask as many questions, honestly. Like, we've got flight instructors all over the place and experienced pilots, so please ask away. Yeah, I mean, Jedi, Oshkosh shouldn't be used as an example of anything. It's like aviation and all the permutations within it, low IFR, VFR, flight following, approaches, practice approaches, all that. And then you have Oshkosh. I've been told by my instructor that you can't request flight following from a Delta airport under a Bravo, but I have not.
Tell you what, just reset
that
your
is
transponder.
That is not true.
5407 now.
Yeah, that is not true. Like, yeah, you can, as long as they have the ability to coordinate that from the ground. Not every Delta does. But yeah, being under a Bravo does not factor into that equation. There might be specific Deltas that can't coordinate flight following from the ground that happen to be under Bravos, but that's not a definitely not.
Correction, 213 Charlie Bravo's radar contact 4 miles southeast of
it's
Catalina.
not because it's under a Bravo. So potentially extremely circumstantial. Camarillo doesn't let you because Magoo doesn't like them to. Yeah, well, Camarillo does not have the ability to coordinate that. It's more of a facility thing because you can call up Magoo in the air and request it. But yeah, they don't. That is an example of one that doesn't.
Would you like to continue the flight?
It's like always.
Roger, just
Always
right,
ask.
maintain 5,000.
That's it. Always ask. I came from a family of pilots and have been flying with my dad since I was 12.
Whoa, buddy.
Buddy, negative Atus, thank you so much for the 17 months, dude. That's so fantastic. Cheers. Thank you for the support. That's fantastic. Negative Atus, thank you. As well as flying F-18s for 4 years in DCS, and learning to fly legally is a pain in the butt with all the checklists and that rudder, which is barely used in military aircraft. Well, it's, yeah, I mean, I guess you could kind of say it's barely used, but yeah, they have yaw dampers, which is, everything's all automatic. Like the F-18, you know, it's like yaw damped and auto trim and all that stuff. So definitely take all of the experience that you've had in DCS and all of your experience in X-Plane and Microsoft and whatever flight sims you've ever used and throw that out the friggin' window, because there is no connection in the actual hand flying between the real world and sim. So forget everything you've ever learned about flying that F-18.
Juliet Bravo Taxi via Sierra and monitor ground.
Just open up that storm window and toss that thing out. Eject it.
For 213 Charlie Bravo, contact SoCal approach 128.1.
Yeah, this thing's crabbing like crazy. I think we're down to 80 knot crosswind. Eric, welcome to the stream. Thank you. Yeah, I purposefully never flew with the, like, I flipped my HOTAS at first just so I didn't have them crossed up.
213 Charlie Bravo.
They're very different, Cal. I prefer Microsoft. I think it's beautiful, and to me, I really get the most enjoyment out of doing this by the visuals and the ATC and flight planning aspect of it. Not really the like replication of aircraft systems or, you know, the more realistic flight models or anything like that. That stuff is not going to really come close to the real world anyway, so I would rather have it even further from real world, but have better visuals. Yeah. I have a 3070 Ryzen 9, 64 gigabytes of RAM. Yeah. Yeah, the 737 is pretty, like, one of my good friends is a 737 pilot. Just got his type rating, so I am really excited for him to take me through that thing. That's going to be really fun. Even if that thing's $100, it probably will be more than $100. I will absolutely buy that thing for $120. That'll be really fun. Yep. Yeah, I do fly DCS. I'm just getting into it a little bit. My dad was a Navy pilot, carrier qualified pilot. So yeah, I got the HOTAS for that. So we'll be doing some DCS streams with a cool group of my pilot friends, which will be fun. We've kind of dabbled in it so far, but with this HOTAS, we should be able to get some cool missions going, so it'll be pretty fun. God, we are just crawling along right now, like absolute brutal. This is brutal. No, I'm using the Cytec yoke right now in the little quadrant. Like, it's plasticky. It's not great. The honeycomb stuff is way better, but it's just, you know, to me, it's never been worth the investment to go after realism or anything that's easier to control, because it's just, you know, just go on autopilot. You know, it's like, I'm not doing this to fly, to like hand fly it. So as long as it's easy to control, it's fine. But the honeycomb stuff is really nice. Just bulky. If there was like a version that had just like throttle prop mixture of honeycomb quality as a separate USB device, I would be all for that. But like, just the whole Bravo thing is gigantic. So that's kind of what's preventing me from doing that. Yeah, the DCS learning curve is pretty steep, absolutely. But if we just like keep it simple, learn, you know, like dumb bombs and guns. You know, like, I don't want to learn how to shoot a freaking missile. Like, I don't want to use my brain for that. Yeah, I mean, part of the fun is really digging into the systems on those planes. My dad flew A4s in the Navy, so I've been flying that, and it's pretty... that's pretty easy to start. Righty. Let's go to show on map. And we're gonna do... You know what? I'm gonna actually not... We're gonna do digital weather.
792 Victor Whiskey, San Luis ground.
Information whiskey, how fitting. All right, we're gonna go to
792 Victor Whiskey, ground on my 29, taxi via Alpha.
Ooh, kind of spicy. 270. I mean, not really, but 16. That's enough. 11 degrees and 302. 002. It's really squirrely. Yeah, it's really touchy. That looks good. Okay, so let's go to next. VREF 105. Send it to the PFD. Complete. V speeds loaded. VREF is 105. We're probably coming up pretty close to Oakland. Let's see. Is that slow out there? Yep, that is slow out there. Okay, so we're coming up on the border real soon. We're about to say goodbye to our friend here. And that is coming up. Pretty quick. Pretty quick, I think.
.com 204 contacts Oakland Center 127.45.
2745.com 204. Have a great night. Thanks for the help. See ya. We're heading John Wayne to Oakland. All right, let's see who it is. I have no idea who's working Western expansion. Let's see. Oakland Center, good evening.com 204, flight level 360.
STACOM 204, Oakland Center, good evening. Descend via the MSO3 arrival, runway 28 right transition, Oakland altimeter 3002.
Descending via the MSO3 arrival, runway 30 transition.com 204, good evening.
STACOM 204, assigned was a 28 right transition. I can give you 30 if you'd like that though.
Sorry about that. Yeah, 30 would be great. .com 204. Sorry.
204, MSO3 arrival, runway 30 transition.
MSO3 arrival, runway 30 transition.com 204. Was I just confirmation bias on that?
Are you not parking a signature?
No, we are, but that landing and like carrier trap is pretty fun. It's a much prettier approach. Okay, we're gonna go down, dial the dirt.
It's a citation, Bill.
I know, but that approach is way cooler looking.
Fair enough.
Dial the dirt. Show the plate. 4100 is Franny. Okay, so 4100. We're going to dial 4100. And then we're going to go VNav and see where our TOD is. There. Coming up pretty close. Sweet. That worked out nice. So when you hit VNav, if you've got it loaded incorrectly, it'll do the math for you and give you the top of descent right there. So that makes it very mindless to calculate that. Just, oh my God, it's so nice. And now because we did a little bit of work ahead of time and made all of these hard altitudes, it's going to default to the bottom of each of those step downs, just to make sure that we're not, really, really high on the approach or the arrival. So that is, I much prefer doing that than, what the hell is that? Oh, that's the mist. Okay, mist approach. Yeah, that's fine. So there's two different approaches, real deal, that are that you can load in here. So you have, so here's the arrival. Right, so we have two different transitions. MSO, so our good transition, so that's what we're on. We're on the our good transition on the MSO3. So, we don't have to go through all that stuff, but then we have landing runway 28 left and right, and then landing runway 30. So they have different things that you have to do. One ends at symbol. So you have the 28 left ones that are ending at symbol here, and then you have landing runway 30, where you're transitioning to Franny, which is depicted here. So you have symbol at 5300, so there's symbol at 5300, and then you have Franny at or above 4100, Franny at or above 4100. So we're just confirming
Destination
the transition
ATIS
there.
is 133.7.
So I am a citation. I'm a GA aircraft, not airline traffic. So the way that Oakland's laid out, there's essentially, it's like split into two pieces. So you have like a lot of the airline traffic landing runway 30, and then you have a lot of the general aviation traffic landing on 28 left and right. So I'm requesting 30 just because it's a cooler looking approach. It's a much longer taxi. It's a pain in the ass, but it's kind of cool looking to do that. So that's kind of the method there. OaklandCenter.com 204. We are starting our descent now.
Roger.
This is for flight. So this is called an EFB, an electronic flight bag, and it is all of our information that we need for the flight in one consolidated little spot. And I just cast it to the stream. And you put all that into the AP, right, for the ILS. So yeah, it's not. Yes, we are actually we're planning on doing the ILS approach, but I filed for that arrival ahead of time, so I preloaded all of that in before we left. So if we go to departure and arrival, we can see that we have the MSO3, our good transition, and then I put in here the ILS 30 with the transition of Franny, that's what we talked about. So I knew that was coming. If there was something different, if he said like,
Golf, Roger.
yeah, I need you on the 2.8 whatever, in the 2.8 transition, then I would go in here and update that. But as it stands right now, it's as we had filed and planned for. So that's really great questions though. So yeah, like the approach is separate from the arrival in a lot of cases. This is one of the situations where the actual runway that you're using is dependent on the arrival transition that you take. So it's a unique it's a unique one. And we'll see how the weather is depicted here, because we have clouds down to 1200, and we're going to add the approach ILS 30 from Franny. So load up in here. Just a second. There it goes.
Back 14 Whiskey Golf, Oakland Center, clear to the Sacramento Executive Airport as filed. Climb maintain 12,000.
So we're down to
departure frequency 132.2.
Typical ILS 200 AGL.
6455, hold for release.
So that is pretty straightforward. So we are now on the arrival.
We're 14 Whiskey Golf, read that correct. Hold for release, give me a call on your number and ready for departure.
Yeah, coming in hot. It's a very quick flight. The pilots that do these, John Wayne Oakland, John Wayne Bay, and you can also even probably just say SoCal Bay Area. They're spaced in such a way where you might get a couple of fixes in between. Otherwise, you're pretty much going arrival to departure. So there's not a lot of hangout and cruise time in these. We were level for really not that long before we got our approval to descend via the arrival. Yeah, so it's it makes for a fun sim flight because it's not a lot of like downtime. Everything's on ultra on the 3070. Yeah, this is all pretty maxed out. I have my CPU is on air, so it does like the air cooler fan does spin up, you know, and I can hear that thing moving. The GPU is pretty, you know, is chilling out for the most part. This case has nice airflow, so it's never really too bad. If I did an upgrade, I really probably would put an AIO in there, but yeah, it's all ultra'd out. And that's pretty clear. I mean, I'm looking at it in 1440 as well. You're looking at it in 1080, so it may not be as, you know, it's not the same experience really, but still looks pretty good. That's some good questions. I freaking like that. Thank you guys for asking questions. I mean, I am a pilot, but I am not a jet pilot. I have been fortunate enough to fly a private jet, and but you know, so I am not by any means an expert at this at all, but I do try to, you know, be as authentic as I can with the you know, friends that do fly these planes and the experiences that I have been fortunate enough to have. So any you know, any questions, you know, I'll obviously be honest if I don't know them, but that's also one of the best parts about the Discord is there's so freaking many people in that Discord with such great experience. And if you ever have any questions on any of these planes, there's somebody in there that either is an expert at them in real life or in the simulator that can help with any of this stuff. It's really, really fun to I mean, I think that it's you're not a test pilot. Yeah, I mean, maybe I have tested a few things. To me, I always found it really, really fun to take the real world material and information and apply it to the simulator. Like I tried when I was first getting started to look at as few actual flight simulator things as I possibly could. Now we're getting the Bay Area load-in stutters right now. So I've always been really interested in that part of it, you know, like the actual connection between the sim and the real world. So it doesn't help that I just paused or I muted it. So.
Approach 120.95.
That is the worst.
.com 204, connect NorCal approach 120.95.
20.95.com 204. Oh yeah, she's chugging along. I was just in the middle of bragging about how great my computer was working. This simulator is a son of a bitch sometimes. Come on, load up, buddy. NorCalApproach.com 204. Descending through flight level 190 on the MSO3 Information Whiskey at Oakland.
.com 204, NorCal approach the Oakland altimeter 3002.
3002.com 204, thanks.
Okay, 14 Whiskey Golf, Oakland, sorry, you gotta listen for your call sign, that wasn't for you. 14 Whiskey Golf, squawk I down.
There we go. There we go. It's like they're...
Whiskey Golf, radar contact, 19 miles southeast of Squaw Valley, Reno altimeter 278, time maintain 12000.
It loads in.
Transition
I get
altitude. Nearest
like Oak Bay Area will have some stutters loading in. SoCal has been pretty good. I have a lot of that pre-cache. I should probably pre-cache a lot of Oakland or a lot of the Bay Area now that I think about it. But yeah, it'll be once we're now that it's all loaded up, it'll be fine. You go into... God, I haven't done it in so long. I don't even remember. It's like under graphics settings. And then you can like... It's kind of like ortho tiles where you can select areas that you want to pre-cache. And then you just save it. I haven't done that in a while. And I'm pretty sure that the Bay Area I do not have pre-cached. All right, we have our local weather ready to go. We are en route to Schism, following our beautiful little VNAV path. And there we go, my rib. God friggin' dang it. Probably actually just slow it down even more. I'm not necessarily in a rush, and we've had a 90 knot headwind most of this time. Still 40 knot headwind. That's great. All right, we're gonna ForeFlight is gonna go bye-bye. Let me know if you want me to put that back up.
1 minute. Do you need more time on the hold, or are you ready to continue?
No, I'm ready to continue. Looking to do an RNAV for runway 17 at Olympia.
$25, $35.
49 Golf, do you want to start that at one of the initial approach fixes, or do you want to take it from Bosco with the procedure turn?
We'll go with Bosco with the procedure turn.
4899er Golf, clear check Bosco, cross Bosco at or above 3000, cleared RNAV runway 17 approach.
I have not landed this plane in over a month.
Okay, clear direct Bosco, cross Bosco at or above 3000. We'll report
nice to me.
Inbound procedure turn 4899er Golf.
Is that Monterey out there?
Seattle approach 4900 Golf. Can I get an initial vector, please? I'll sort out my GPS.
49 Golf, fly heading 360, clear check Bosco, enable.
Heading 360, 48900 Golf.
We'll be coming round the mountain. It is the speed management in this plane is a pain in the butt. We'll say that. Must have add-ons for Microsoft, 100% this plane. So the working title CJ4 mod is number one. The community mod Bonanza G30, yeah, what is it, G36? That's the other one. Working title G1000. And then, I mean, really, like, PilotEdge, to me, I can't live, I could not live without PilotEdge. VATSIM would hold me over if I had to. But yeah, really PilotEdge is honestly the number one, but in order for that to be enjoyable, got to have a decent working plane, and the CJ4 is absolutely fantastic. All right, let me just make sure we have our approach. Okay, ILS is loaded up in there. That's good. Let's see, course. We've got 296. So that loaded up in there, 296. Okay. Okay, so 206, we got the ILS 30 approach, minimums 209. Course we have set. Localizer is 208, or sorry, 1087. No, I wish. They do not, they don't do that. But I would love to be if I did. Trek, congrats, man. See, rack them up and just let her rip. So you had it, man. You just gotta, like, and now you'll never make that mistake again. That's one of the best parts about those CAT ratings is when you make the mistake, you're like, oh, God damn it, that's right. And then, like, it's like the mistakes actually make it. The mistakes are where you learn from it. Yeah, VATSIM is free, and PilotEdge has a subscription cost. But for, like, depending on what you're using it for, that may or may not be.
.com 204, contact NorCal approach 135.65.
3565.com 204. Like, to me, the guaranteed coverage is worth the price. Heck yeah, man. NorCalApproach.com 204. 8,500 ascending via MSO 3 Information Whiskey at Oakland.
.com 204, NorCal approach. Thanks for whiskey. The Oakland altimeter 3003. After Farney, cleared ILS runway 30 approach.
After Farney cleared, ILS 30 approach.com 204. Thanks. Farney and not Franny, huh? Well, I've been saying Franny, so shows how much I do this. I'm already paying for 3 gym memberships I don't use. Yeah, it's just like the guaranteed coverage, especially for, you know, when you look at it from an actual training perspective, if you're using it for the real world, you know, it's like every year it's the cost of one lesson, and it, you know, it's again pays for itself for me as somebody that streams and wants to have that guaranteed coverage. That's really, really key. You know, it's really frustrating for me to load up into VATSIM and then have, you know, the controller sign off or something, and that does happen. But it is not for everybody. It is not for everybody. And frankly, it wasn't really designed for everyone either. So, you know, but yeah, it is great. I love it. Okay, we're going to continue down. It's really bumpy. All right, I'm going to get that discontinuity out of there because I think we're probably going to be straight in there. Okay, there we go. Yeah. So it's Franny. Oh, you know what? We're going to go W. U-D-O-N. And we're going to put that there. And execute that. And that is at what altitude? 2,700. So 2,700 right there. Okay. All right, so then after Farney, we're cleared for the approach. Switches right over to localizer mode. Look at that. That's pretty fancy. Getting close. Whoa, popping out. There we go. All right, so we're at Farney is at 4,100. That's our initial approach fix. So we're gonna hit that coming up here soon. Let's get this thing zoomed in a little bit on our MFD there. Same way you do in any plane if you're an IMC. Yeah, the type of plane does not matter.
Altitude.
IFR, if the aircraft is capable. I mean, I've been in clouds and Cessnas and Pipers and Bonanzas. Okay, VREF is 105, so keep that in mind. 105 is VREF. We're waiting for Farney, and let's also get 18.3 up and ready to go here, because we're going to be off to them pretty quickly. Such a fun quick flight. All right, 4,100. We're coming down to 4,100, and it looks like we are on the way. Good old clouds. IMC, super great. You, I mean, your IFR. If you're close to a mountain and you're in a cloud, something wrong happened long ago. But yeah, there's a whole system in place to make sure that that does not happen. It's all about flight planning and following that IFR flight plan. Dial the dirt. Means put the altitude to 0 in this case. And we're going to hit approach mode. And localizer comes on right there. It looks good. The first notch of flaps in. Ooh, that is nice. That looks really great. Speed's coming down again. About 12 miles out. San Jose.
Seattle approach 489 Golf, inbound, procedure turn to Bosco.
recommend for the 172? I mean, the steam gauge 172 is great.
Olympia Tower 124.4.
124.4.
I don't really fly that one a whole lot. I don't think there's any like really good realism mod. Yeah, this is awesome.
For Whiskey Golf, I can take it down to 11,000, but that's it for now.
Yeah. 10. You don't have to if you want.
For Whiskey Golf, to maintain 1,000.
God, that looks so cool. That looks awesome. There's Hayward. Really annoyingly placed Hayward. Yeah, we're coupled right now.
Olympia Tower 489 out of Golf is 2.5 miles outside of Bosco, inbound, low approach.
49 Golf, Olympia Tower, continue and report your missed approach.
Continue and we'll report missed approach 489 Golf.
.com 204, connect Oakland Tower 127.2.
272.com 204. Wrong tower frequency. OaklandTower.com 204. Information Whiskey ILS 30.
.com 204, Oakland Tower, runway 30, clear to land. The wind 27016.
Clear to land 30.com 204. Okay, la da da. Yeah, I'm passed off to the tower. So we were on with approach. You stay with them until they tell you to go to tower. Information Whiskey has nothing to do with my cocktail, but every controlled airports will have something called an ATIS, which is an automated terminal information system that will give you information on the weather, and it's a way for the It's a way for the controllers to assure that you've gotten all the information for the airport. Without giving it to you. So they denote that by different letters through the alphabet. So after information, Alpha comes information Bravo and information Charlie. So we're turning off the autopilot now. We're going to go take it in by hand. Stow ForeFlight here for a second, and it is
2 mile final runway 30.
Beautifully trimmed right now, and we'll fly the wing right down. We've got a VREF of 205. 105. So 120. Oh, Jenkins, that's awesome, man. Congrats. So 120 all the way down. We got San Francisco out in front of us. That looks awesome. Just flying the wing down. There we go.
500.
That actually looks awesome.
500.
A very delicious adult beverage. We are... There is our minimums right there. So we have the airport in sight, and we are continuing a little bit right of center. There's VREF right there, so we can just hold that. Trim a little bit. VREF, VREF, VREF. Aiming for the 1,000 footers. I am definitely off center, but that's okay. And a nice little crosswind. Power idle. We'll let our trailing link landing gear do its thing. Ooh, float. 1,000. 1,500 foot float. Oh, but just absolute buttered it in. Not on center line. And you do not want to miss this taxiway.
Takeoff 204, you said you're going to signature?
That is affirmative. Signature.com 204.
Takeoff 204, taxi, signature, whiskey, Bravo, Charlie, cross runway 28 left at Bravo, cross runway 28 right at Bravo, and monitor ground.
Whiskey, Bravo, Charlie, crossing 28 left and 28 right at Bravo. Monitorground.com 204. Thank you. Okay, so we get flaps coming up, strobes coming off, heats coming off. We don't want to burn out our pitot heats. And that is configured for taxi. Got our taxi lights still on, and we're good. Yeah, so VREF is the reference speed, essentially, for your landing. So I want to be at ref.
Number 4899 Golf, Olympia
you know, over the numbers-ish.
4899 Golf.
And that's a calculated number
49 Golf, I lost you on
based
the
off
radar there
of
for a bit. I
weights,
see you're back on now.
winds, heat, barometric pressure, and it will do the plane. The FMS will do that calculation for me. It is pretty much unchanged. You know, it's going to be between 98 and 108, depending on weight loads, but it's always going to be somewhere in that range for this plane. So yeah, you just. That's why the ATIS is important, so you got to get all the weather information ahead of time, and it'll do the calculation. Do it for you, and you just got to fly to that number. I'm going to turn off the landing lights and just keep the taxi light on. So that when you're a heavy, heavy 737 coming from Phoenix, or a heavy A320 coming out of John Wayne or something, making that taxiway, that first taxiway, is important because it will make you have to back taxi. So they come into this airport and get on the brakes hard. Taxi instructions, yeah, like I have this pre-written down because I know like how we're gonna go. So taxi, I'm anticipating what my taxi is going to be. So that's, I'm looking at altitude. I'm looking at the diagram at that. Yeah, well, John Wayne's because it's short. So they really slam on the brakes at John Wayne. Here is similar. It's not really quite as dramatic as John Wayne because that's really a function of it being a short runway. But yeah, they come in pretty hot. All right, so we have our lovely little graphical glitch here. Spool up. Whoa, I just missed that guy. Strobes coming on for
approaching runway 28 left.
Runway cleared left. Cleared right.
Entered runway 28 left. 6,000 feet remaining.
Skywalk 14 Whiskey Golf, descend and maintain 8,000.
Whoa, hello. I was not paying attention.
Approaching runway 28 right.
Cleared left, cleared right.
Entered runway 28 right. 5,400 feet remaining.
So much, Fourflight, for your help. Strobes coming off. Right? This thing's a piece of cake. Even with some weather, some clouds in the way. No problem. I think it's somewhere over here. Yeah, let's go next to these little buildings right here.
Olympia Tower, November 4899 Golf on the mist. Climbing
Some
700
understeer.
for 4,000.
49 Golf XQ published missed approach procedure, contact Seattle departure 120.4.
Published missed procedure, Seattle Tower, Seattle departure 120.4. Seattle departure, Skyhawk 4899 Golf.
Sweet, parking
1,000,
brake is set.
to
Looks good
headed for
there.
4,000 on the missed approach.
Everything looks nice, nice, nice. Get the avionics coming off. And we'll turn off our right engine. And turn off the left one. Don't care. And turn off standby, turn off emergency lights, turn off battery. Turn off battery, there we go. And we did it. That was great. Thank you guys for joining with me on that flight tonight. That was really, really fun. That was good. I'm happy with that landing. I was definitely off of center line on that, but I am fine. I'm fine with that. Made up for it. It's all good. Yeah. Great fun. At what point was I AP off on the landing? I turned the AP off at about 1,000 feet. A little bit more. You can, you can leave it on up until 200 feet on that approach. Then you got to kick it off. But yeah, I took it off at about 1,000. And at that point, it's all ready to go. Yeah, Kajif, thanks so much, man. That was good. That was a really good one. It's CYA. CYA. I know dinner is ready. Oh my god, I'm so hungry.
Right turn, contact ground.
Right turn, contact the ground.
So friggin' hungry. Yeah. There is some really odd stuff on Twitch. Isn't there? There's some really strange stuff on Twitch. I gotta say. It's quite the labyrinth of weird stuff. Cool. Okay, so I'm gonna get you guys over to Fliggity. It's got looks like a fun around the world stream going right now, which will be cool. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Yeah.